Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Let's talk about the Manchester United Man City preview on Sunday. Premier League football's back. International break's over, and I'm not going to lie here. Most international breaks are dead, right? But this one was alright for me because it's just before the World Cup, so I wasn't too bothered. Yes, I missed Premier League football. It's been, 3.5 weeks, maybe 4 weeks since the Arsenal game. Guys, we need to pray for this October month because we are full of games. Is it 13, 14 games I think we have? Rotation will be key, as I've said before. It's common sense. Rotation will be key. Some players are injured. Look, the press conference will happen today, so we don't actually know who's injured or not. But according to the pictures and some reports, Rashford and Martial are not ready. And apparently Rashford's injury is not as bad as Martial's. Martial's been out for a while now. Since what? Since pre-season, pretty much, wasn't it? Or was it since when he came off Liverpool? I think he came on for the Liverpool game. So he's been out for a while now. So it's a worry because Martial was in great form and Ronaldo's not in good form and Rashford's not a striker even if he was fit. But even then, Rashford is not fit, it seems. Now, we'll get some information about that from Ten Hag today in the press conference. But as I'm looking at it, look, I really like making these videos because especially when we've got injuries and coming back from an international break, we expected some of these players to play very well to earn their spot back in the team, or maybe make themselves a headache for Ten Hag in terms of picking his starting 11. But not many players have done it. I think the only player who's really done it, who hasn't started consistently for Man United, is probably Casemiro. He had a very good assist. He played well for Brazil. Everyone else played well who's played well for Man United. Eriksen, Bruno played well for Portugal. Dalot was phenomenal. What can I say? I mean, we're looking at a team that you can't go with a winning team who beat Arsenal for me. You can't keep going with a winning team. Against Man City, either way, he was probably going to go with a similar team because at the end of the day, you're facing a very strong Man City side. They're going to have 60-70% possession. We already know how it's going to go. However, with Ten Hag football, look, under Ollie, we've beaten Man City under Ollie, playing counter-attacking football. I think Ten Hag is going to be in two minds. Is he really going to try and keep the ball? The thing is, no, we have a better midfield now, so it's like we're going to be able to keep the ball a bit longer than we did before. With McFred in midfield, we weren't able to do that. We were purely counter-attacking. With Eriksen, Bruno, and this is why I'm going to get into the lineup. I hope he brings in Casemiro because against Man City, you need someone who's going to protect the back four, interceptions, tackles, break down the play, and you need that. And I think, yes, McTominay's been good. But it's either you go Casemiro, McTominay, and Bruno or Eriksen in midfield. For me, it's this. I think either one of these players will be dropped. It's either Casemiro, Bruno, or Ronaldo. I think you need Eriksen in midfield. I would like to see Eriksen in the deeper role, get those passes in between the lines when we do have possession of the ball, because we need players who, at the end of the day, we do need quick players for the counter-attacking system, but we do need players who are able to keep the ball. Look how many times we were playing counter-attacking under Ollie. Both games against Man City last season, yes, it was under Ralph, one of them, but the first game in particular, we played counter-attacking football. Ronaldo was playing, so Ronaldo was constantly out of the game, instantly out of the game. And we had McFred in midfield, and as soon as we gathered possession of the ball, we kept losing the ball. We couldn't hold possession of the ball for more than 2 seconds. We were being pressed, and we couldn't handle it. Too much pressure, and we kept losing the ball. And against Man City now, I think we'll be better. I think, and a lot of people are saying this is a bad timing because of after international break, but we've been in good form in the Premier League. We won 4 games in a row. So I think this is a good time. Come back from international break. Some players have played very well, and I think it's going to be vital to play Eriksen in midfield. And let's get into the starting lineup, okay? What I would do, same back four, same with De Gea, Dalot, Martinez, Varane, Malacia. I thought Luxor was decent again for England, but we stick with that back four because they've been solid. This is going to be a true test, the biggest test so far. So look, if our back four does very well, I'll be incredibly impressed because what we've seen from Dalot last season, Malacia still early stages, and Martinez and Varane, it shows. Look, it's going to be hard work for Maguire or Luke Shaw or any of these other players to get back into their positions in the back four. Midfield is going to be very interesting because I expect him to go with the same McTominay, Bruno, and Eriksen. However, you need to play Casemiro in this game. You really do, because if we're not able to keep possession of the ball, we've seen McTominay loads of times give away possession of the ball, and he can't deal with that very well. Yes, he's gotten better. He's a lot quicker with the pass. And that might be very helpful against Man City, but we need a player who can break down the play. And McTominay can do that, but not as well as Casemiro. Casemiro is world class at it, and I think we should go with Casemiro. And this is where the confusion comes in. Should we go McTominay, Casemiro, Eriksen? Should we leave out Bruno? Should Bruno be playing as the false nine? But then again, you need pace. But it's very frustrating because for me, I think you got a good balance if you have Casemiro, Eriksen, and Bruno. Okay, Eriksen is everywhere. We already know. McTominay is a workhorse. I wouldn't be disappointed if McTominay would start. But I think you need to start Casemiro. I think I'll be very disappointed if Casemiro doesn't start because he's going to be vital in this game. Man City are going to be on us. They're going to be on us, and you need Casemiro to break down the play. And really, if Casemiro plays, he should be one of the players who start for man of the match because this is going to be a vital game for him. This is going to be one of these games where he should stand out, and I want him to play. Casemiro, I would personally go Eriksen and Bruno. However, I wouldn't be disappointed for McTominay to start because you need that player who's been in good form, who also is going to do a similar Casemiro job, but you need him to just pass the ball into the attacking midfielder, in that case being Eriksen and Bruno, and literally it's going to be counter-attacking football. But if you play Eriksen in midfield, you've got a player there who can keep the ball, and you've got Bruno who can just get the ball into the attacking players. As we saw with Rashford against Liverpool and Arsenal, you need those players in your team. So I would go Casemiro, Bruno, and Eriksen. And I would look, for me, you probably need to drop again. He's either going to drop one of Sancho or Antony if he wants to play Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not been in good form, so he might not play Ronaldo. He could simply go Elanga, Sancho, and Antony, which would be crazy. You'd probably play Sancho as a false nine or Antony as a false nine. Maybe Sancho on the right. It really depends. Personally for me, if you want to play Ronaldo, because look, you're going to have players who are better in possession. You've got a better midfield. You've got Antony and Sancho who can keep the ball, but you need pace. Antony's pretty quick. Sancho's not as quick, but Sancho has been part of the goals in the counter-attacking system we saw against Liverpool and Arsenal. He's been involved in the goals, so he's clearly quick enough. And first of all, he can hold possession of the ball, which is the plays that we need. Elanga, he's suspect on the ball a lot of the time. He can get intercepted very easily. In 1v1s, he can be quite predictable at times. And look, pace. That's what he offers the most, pace. But I'd probably still play Elanga. But I'm in two minds because if you play Elanga on the left, you're probably going to go with... It depends because if you play Elanga on the left, you can play Ronaldo because Elanga's got that pace. He can put a cross into the box or pass it straight into the midfield. You know, you need a player who he's got that blistering pace, who can get in behind and maybe get a solo goal, but Rashford is the man for that. Elanga's not really been very clinical when it comes to 1v1 situations, whereas Rashford has. If we got the midfield that I think Ten Hag is going to do, that I hope he does, and then you got possibly Sancho on the left, Antony on the right, and Ronaldo up top, you got two players who can keep possession of the ball, but you need a midfield to get the ball to those players, and they can keep the ball. We've seen Antony and Sancho keep the ball to possession-based players, very technical players. If you get those balls into the box and Ronaldo in his mind is on straight, we can get some goals in this game. We're going to be trouble all over the place. Bernardo's going to be on us. Rodri, De Bruyne, Haaland. Jesus Christ, how are we going to deal with Haaland? That's the question. This is a big, big game. Our biggest test. Haaland is the best player in the Premier League right now, and I'm nervous for this game. But this is going to be... I can't wait for this game because at the same time, I don't know what to expect. This is going to be a tough game for us. Big challenge. Biggest challenge in the league. And... God, I don't know what he's going to go with, but that's the team I would go with. I would risk going Sancho, Antony and Ronaldo because I do think that our midfield will be a lot better where we won't keep losing possession of the ball and we will offer some... Look, we've seen it against Arsenal, we saw it against Liverpool. We were good in possession. Yes, we played some counter-attacking football mostly against both teams, but we were a lot more efficient when we were in possession. Whereas under Rolly and last season, even under Ralph, when we were playing counter-attacking football, even when we did have possession, we were living off moments, really. We weren't really being effective in possession. We kept losing the ball after 2 seconds of having it. So with these better players, Eriksen, Casemiro, Bruno's in decent form, Sancho, Antony, these are players who can keep the ball very well. And with Dalot and Malacia, they're going to have a very good... Look, defensively, they're going to be troubled. Mahrez, Foden, whoever it is on the left and on the right. It's going to be a tough job for them, but they're going to have to be everywhere. They're going to have to keep attacking, keep defending. They're going to have to be everywhere. But this is where our wingers also have to protect our fullbacks because with Man City's wingers, they're going to trouble us. For sure, they're going to get troubled. Delo and Malacia are going to have a tough game, but you need your wingers to do their job. And we saw it last season where Rashford wasn't doing his job, helping out his fullback. And I want to see that partnership develop between Anthony and Delo and Sancho and Malacia. So let's see what happens. I'm going to go with I think we're going to draw this game. I think at the end of the day, I think Ten Hag is going to try and do what he does. He's going to go counter-attacking football. He's going to adapt to these players. But if Rashford and Martial are not ready for this game, I'm really intrigued to see what team he goes with, because that's going to change absolutely everything. So guys, let me know what you think. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.